it's very visible, especially if someone made you laugh, your whole face will just like crack. Hi and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about the Obagi Nu-DERM. This is a revolutionary skin treatment system that can be used to get rid of hyperpigmentation, melasma and sunspots. If you want to see this video and would like to see more content from me, please remember to like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share. Thank you so much and keep watching. So the Obagi Nu-DERM is a revolutionary skin treatment. The Obagi Nu-DERM system is the absolute gold standard when it comes to treating hyperpigmentation, melasma and sunspots. The NuDerm system helps to solve problems like rough and uneven skin texture, as well as help to combat excess oil production, which can cause situations such as acne on the skin. The program can also be beneficial to help tighten the skin. So this is useful for people who may be seeing some signs of aging, such as fine lines and wrinkles, that they'd like to tackle and improve. So who is Obagi? Dr. Zain Obagi is a Syrian-American board-certified dermatologist that resides in America. He's been a board-certified dermatologist for over 35 years. Throughout his career, he's helped to pioneer skin systems such as the Obagi Nu-DERM, which I have here, as well as Cleansiderm, ZO Skin Health, which is really good and is, quite popular right now, and many other lines. So what exactly is the NuDerm system? The NuDerm system is a really powerful skin treatment to tackle hyperpigmentation, sunspots and melasma, rough uneven texture in skin, and help to combat acne. So within the NuDerm system, there's two types. So there's one for normal to dry skin and normal to oily skin. What I have here is the set for normal to oily skin. So what the system does, it actually helps to increase cell turnover at a much higher rate than your skin would normally do. So a normal cycle for your skin cells to turn over is between 28 and 40 days, but the Obagi Nu-DERM system speeds this up much faster. So as you can imagine, common side effects of the program is redness, skin flaking, itchiness and peeling. It can be quite uncomfortable, but in the end, the results are like phenomenal. Sorry, they're perfect. It's worth it in the end. And also what you have to remember with the NuDerm system is that it's helping to basically get rid of all the damage that your skin has dealt with over, periods of years. So think about if you're maybe 24, this skin system's going to be, dealing with all the sun exposure that your skin's been dealing with for maybe the past 10, maybe even 15 years. So how is the NuDerm system used? So you will need to see a dermatologist first to decide how long you should be using the system for. But usually the system is used for between 3 to 6 months. Me personally, when I was on the system, I did use it for around a year, I would say. And then afterwards you start your maintenance program, which is where you use your number 3 and your number 5 with your tretinoin. And that basically helps to maintain the results that you've invested into. So the Obagi Nu-DERM system does require doctor prescription, particularly for items number 3 and 5. So number 3 is your skin brightening cream. This is a bleach, so it does bleach your skin. So for the oily, you will have the clear, which is what it's called, number 3 clear, and this will include a very powerful and can be toxic component known as hydroquinone. That's a skin lightening compound. So what you would do, you would see a doctor quite regularly, and the doctor will basically ensure that you're using the products the way that you should be and making sure that you're not having, any extreme adverse side effects. That's also the same for number 5, which is the skin lightening and blending cream. And you mix this with your tretinoin, so you use about a pea-sized amount, but I'll discuss that properly in a second. Contraindications to using the NuDerm system is pregnancy, breastfeeding due to the hydroquinone and tretinoin components of the skin system, and also if you're under the age of 12. You know, being quite young, your skin is still going through a lot, it's still developing, you know, it's still basically not in its full form yet, so I wouldn't recommend this for anyone who's of such a very young age. Okay, so this is the NuDerm system. This system does cost a very pretty penny. It does depend where you go to, but when I did the system, which was about 2 years ago, I spent around, I want to say 400 or 500 pounds for the whole entire set. So what you get in this set, you get your number one. So for oily skin types, that will be the foaming gel. So this is the foaming gel. You can't see that, but this is the foaming gel. So you use this in the morning and each night, and this basically deep cleanses the skin and, you know, prepares it for, you know, full absorption of the Obagi range. When you are using the set, you are not to use any sort of products that are not within the line. So maybe except from the Obagi C serum and maybe an HA serum, you're not to use anything else. So I wouldn't go out of the range when it comes to buying things like sunscreens. I would use the Obagi sunscreen. I would not use I don't know, a different toner or something. You completely and 100% you stick with this system. You use this morning and you use this in the evenings as well. So after you've cleansed, you use your Obagi toner. You use this morning and night also. So this is completely alcohol free, and what this does, it cleanses and removes impurities and prepares and restores your skin's pH for when you do go on and you put on your number 3. Number 3 is the clear. So this, like I said, is a skin brightening cream. So you would use a very small amount of this, about a pea-sized amount, and you basically put that onto your skin and you rub it into your skin until it's completely clear. So you want to make sure there's no residue. You want to make sure it's completely like rubbed in. This is number 4, the Exfoderm Fort, as this is for the oily skin type. So what this does, it basically speeds up the exfoliation process within the skin. This is used throughout the day, so this encourages, you know, removal of dead skin cells, which is really important. And finally, at number 5, we have our skin lightening and blending cream, which you would then blend with tretinoin. So tretinoin must be doctor prescribed, okay? So you can go to, you know, a specialist clinic. Make sure it's a doctor or a prescribing nurse that you're seeing. So tretinoin comes in 0.25. You can get this in 0.5 and also 0.1 as well. So you would use a pea-sized amount of 1 of your tretinoins, and you would blend that with a pea-sized amount of the number 5. This will then create a formula, and you just put that onto your skin. And again, similarly to number 3, rub that in completely and make sure there's no residue left on the surface of the skin. Like, we shouldn't see any white marks. It should be completely blended in. So what tretinoin actually is, it's much stronger than retinol. So it's a type of vitamin A, but it's stronger than your traditional retinol. So this encourages cell turnover at a much faster rate than a general retinol will, hence why it must be doctor prescribed. If you are starting this system, it is best to start on, you know, 0.25, as this is it's best for your skin to try and get used to the products that you're now applying to your face before jumping up to the higher end of the spectrum, which is at a 0.1, and it can be quite abrasive as well. It can be quite uncomfortable, so it's best to start off slowly and eventually you will get there, because the system does work and it is, you know, very good. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my experience. So basically I started the NuDerm system, I want to say 2018 or 2019, around that sort of time. So my main reason for going on the NuDerm system was because I had a lot of hyperpigmentation, particularly on my forehead area, and also I was breaking out a lot. I mean, I would say it was between a stage 1 to 2 of acne. I didn't have any cysts or anything. It was more so papules and pustules on the surface of my skin that was leaving behind the hyperpigmentation, and I just really didn't like it. I felt quite insecure about it, and I used to wear makeup a lot, and I got to the stage where I didn't want to wear makeup. I wanted to, you know, wear my skin and feel comfortable in my skin. So basically I went to a clinic and I told them my concerns, and I met with a doctor there. And it's quite interesting because when I went to the clinic, my initial reason for going there was that I just wanted, you know, a skin pill. I had no idea what the Obagi system was, and it was just a lot. So yeah, I went there, I had my consultation. The doctor seemed, you know, she was listening to what I was saying, which was really important. And then she told me about the system. She explained what it was and whatnot. And the main thing that stood out to me was that it was a skin bleach. So it has, you know, bleach in it. It's bleaching your skin, it lightens your skin, and that was something that I was really not comfortable with. So it did take me a while. I was still in the clinic deciding, but it took me quite a while to decide whether I actually wanted to bleach my skin. Like, I'm not quite comfortable with the idea, and I want to look like me. Usually when people bleach their skin, they get a washed out colour that they can look quite pink or quite grey even, and that's not what I wanted. I'm quite comfortable being, you know, dark skinned and whatnot. But upon discussing this further with the doctor, you know, it's part of the system. It's regulated by a doctor to ensure that there's no harm, I guess you could say. And also it's temporary. It's not like I'm, you know, bleaching for, you know, I don't know, the rest of my life or something. It was just temporary, just to get rid of the scarring that I have. So basically the aim was just quickly, you know, 3 to 6 months quickly, but basically increase the cell turnover. You're going to go a bit pink, and then your pigment will come back. So I basically decided to go with it, and then I paid for the system. Thinking about it, it was 2018, I was at uni at the time. So yeah, so then I started the system, and then within 2 days my skin started flaking, like really, really bad, particularly around the mouth area. Like, it was really, really bad. And I just started a new job at the time, and I felt quite embarrassed to like go in, because the peeling is like uncontrollable. Like, it will sort of flake off on you, and it's very visible, especially if someone made you laugh. Your whole face would just like crack. Like, it was really difficult to have, like, you know. And like, people ask you if you want tea, and then you ask them back, oh, would you like tea? And they're like, no, and it's like, okay. So yeah, it was really difficult to deal with, and like having people stare at you and stuff like that. But the entire time I just had to think of the end goal, which is basically having skin that I was happy with. So yeah, so I used this system, and then I think at the 3-month mark, my skin still wasn't how I wanted it to be. So speaking with the doctor, we decided that I could then therefore continue the program for longer. One thing with these products, if one runs out, you must make sure you buy it straight away. So, you know, it is very expensive. So the number 3, I think I paid around, I want to say 115. So, you know, if I was out and about and, you know, that morning I might have finished my clear, I would have to find a clinic like that day or the next day to ensure that I'm consistently continuing with the program and I'm not ruining my results. So yeah, it's a very pretty penny. So yeah, anyway, so I done it for like 3 months. My skin wasn't where I wanted it to be, so I continued. So all in all, I ended up using it for around, I want to say, a year, to be honest. So it was around a year, because I kind of got addicted with the idea of it's not how I want it to be, it has to be better. So it got to the point where I did get that bleached look, and because I was using it mainly on my face and not my neck, what happened was my face basically went lighter, washed out and pink, and then literally from here downwards was my natural skin color. It was a lot. Like, I was wearing turtlenecks, I was trying to hide it. Like, it's literally a lot. I think you have to be mentally prepared for what you're getting into, but like I said, just think of the end result at the same time. So yeah, this was the system. So in the end, when I finished with it, which is about 2019, early 2019, I was very happy with my skin and how it turned out. I just felt so much more comfortable in my skin, and it was really nice to go out and not feel like I had to wear makeup. It was such an amazing feeling, and even now I'm thinking to actually start back the program, just because at the moment my scarring has come back, as I've had spots, you know, afterwards, and spots can cause scarring, particularly within, you know, darker people. It does show up in lighter skin people as well. It will show up pink, but I think in darker skin, you know, it leaves that blunt black mark, and it's something that can make you feel quite uncomfortable. Well, personally, to me, I didn't find it very appealing, especially because I had quite a few of them all over my skin. So yeah, it's a program that I'm thinking of going back onto. If you are dealing with, you know, acne, melasma, or, you know, excessive sun damage, then as well as visiting a consultant dermatologist or a nurse practitioner to ensure that, you know, maybe if there's a better suited treatment for you, this is a really good program to go onto. Basically, Obagi products do very well when it comes to skin. I will insert some pictures into this video, but it's just completely revolutionary when you see how people's skin looked before and how they looked after, especially with my experience as well. Like, it's such a really nice feeling to have the appearance of, you know, healthy, happy skin. So yeah, that was my experience with the NuDerm system. I'm hoping that, you know, this can help anyone who's actually thinking of going and starting this system. Like I said, the main probably downfall to it is, you know, the peeling, how it eradicates your pigment, and also the cost. The cost was probably the biggest factor for me. But yeah, so yeah, that's my experience with the NuDerm system, and I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up, please share my video, and please subscribe to my channel as well, as I do hope to create more content. Also, leave comments as well about what content you may like to see, and yeah, hope I can help you guys out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.